Alright gang, welcome back to our 200 horsepower challenge on CalmLands. You may notice a few things here. We have a lot more money than what we had started with in the last episode. We have already sold the header. It was too big. I kind of expected it to be. I wanted to take a chance on it because I said it would fit, but it just wasn't working. So we've dropped down significantly. I think it's a 7.8 meter width now, so it should hopefully fix that for us. And we have a few other issues. The edit I was doing originally when I was testing this all out got corrupted. It popped an error up in the middle of recording, so I've lost all of that data. So we've missed a little bit of what had already transpired, and you missed a little bit of me when I was harvesting the field and having issues and wasting a little bit of crop. But I'm hoping this change here will resolve all of those issues for us. Now, we also did sell our trailer and upgraded to get an actual... I've used this previously in a series on my main channel before I removed all that. It wasn't this exact one, but it was the exact same basic semi part of it, the actual engine part. So we've upgraded that, so we actually have an actual trailer and a semi truck to carry it. It's a little bit faster for us, so we can get the things sold faster. So everything will just be better off for us in the long run. We may end up still getting another trailer eventually, but we did that. We ended up getting a full trailer load, the original trailer we had, of wheat off the ground, and that's why the tractor's up here. So I brought that up here to sell it. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Black car every freaking time, man. Every time. Man, there's a black car again. Every time. So where was I? We brought that up here, and we just went ahead and sold it. The rest of the wheat, I think we're going to put into our barn, our red barn, our production barn, and we will turn that into probably some flour. Potentially, from the flour, maybe we'll make some bread. But we'll see. That's at least the goal now. So I apologize a little bit of the issues from the last episode of things kind of changing a lot, kind of carried over to here, except it really wasn't. It was against my own will here, right? I had no control over it. It's the first time that I've ever had an error occur to me while I was recording, so I hope it doesn't happen again. I did go ahead and drop the time down a little bit since we did waste that time, and I don't have that time to come to bring back. I don't have. I'm on console, so I don't have the ability to go back and find a previous save and just kind of start over. So we lost 2 hours basically of our time already, because you're supposed to start at 8. Well, we start around 8 a.m. And it is January, so our sun is not going to be up for very long. So we're going to utilize that to try to make up a little bit of the time we lost here, because we've got a lot of things to accomplish in this episode. So we're going to get this down here to the field. You'll see what I'm talking about. We have a decent portion of the wheat field already harvested. There's really not much left, but you will see the portions there where it was having issues. It was fine when you were going downhill, but if you tried to go uphill with it, I think it was too wide, and the actual harvester itself was too skinny to be able to hold on to it. So I don't know why it was saying it could do it. I guess if it was very flat land, it probably would have been fine. But since it's hilly, it couldn't manage it. So we basically sold that other header, and I dropped down significantly to hopefully remove that. This is bigger than what we had in the last one, so it still will save us time. I also got rid of both of our header trailers, the one for our swather, and then the one we had for our massive long header. This should work for both of them, so we sold that as well. So that's another reason why we have an influx of funds here. We have 100 grand, which honestly is great. By the time we sell the rest of the sorghum and harvest the other field and everything, we should have enough to buy another plot of land already, but I don't necessarily think we need to yet. We still have that one plot of land we bought, and we have not really done anything with it, with the exception of mow it and then put a grandma's house, or whatever you want to call it, whatever it was called, grandma's shop. We put that down. Other than that, we haven't done anything else there. One other thing I want to do in this episode, besides harvesting all this stuff, is what I've mentioned before. We're going to plant some carrots. So we've got to buy the stuff to be able to do that. When we were talking before, I'll show you really quickly if I can. We were talking before, if you go into... if I go to the right thing. If you go into here, it shows you everything you really need. And it shows this one, which was 3 meters, which I was talking about, right? I was like, man, that's not going to... that's not going to be sufficient. There is a bigger one out there from the expansion. It's not a DLC or mod or anything. I mean, not a DLC. It is a DLC. Not a mod or anything like that. But there is one out there that we can utilize that is double that. So it's 6 meters. So we probably will buy that one. It's about $55,000, $56,000. We've got enough money currently as it is now to buy that because of the selling and I don't know if I would call them upgrades, but the modifications we've made. There we go. The reason I was having an issue there. So this is very. It's unfortunate. We won't be able to build a whole lot or make a whole lot bigger fields than we currently have. This will save us some time. Don't get me wrong. This definitely will. And this harvester has a significant amount of more being able to be holding as far as liters go in the actual harvester before we have to. Unload it, so that's definitely going to help us too. But I mean, you can kind of see it here where I was having issues, right? Where I was getting stopped there. There's a big, massive mounds in little sections, right? That's kind of where I was having the issues with that big header. So this is definitely working much better for us. I haven't seen any issue here so far on part of this hill. It's taking it pretty easy with the size of the harvester, so I think it was just unfortunately the harvester is just too small for it. And realistically, if you think about it, it was kind of unrealistic. You would never see that size of a header on this size of a harvester. So I guess in the long run, it's benefiting us to do that. So it was worth a shot, but just didn't get to that point. But this will be the harvester we use for the rest of the series, though, because it's 200 horsepower. We can't go any higher than that. It's not allowed per the rules. We could potentially try another header at some point, maybe get like a 10-meter header instead of this one, which I think is just shy of 8 meters, I think. I didn't really want to... there was one out there, so the one we had before, I think it was 16. The big one we bought in the last episode, the end of the last episode. There was one out there that was 13 meters, I think. 13.8 or something, almost 14 meters. I didn't really want to try that one. I thought about it, but I didn't really want to try it because I thought it would be very similar, if not the same thing as the other one, because it wasn't that big of a drop. It was like 3-meter drop or something like that, 2.5-meter drop. So just to me, it didn't really seem feasible. So I just went ahead and went down to 7.8, I think is what this is, and it's working like a treat right now, no problem at all. So we will stick with this one for a while. Maybe later on I'll try some other ones and see what happens, but this will be our goal for now. So when we get up here, what I'm going to do is throw it on a worker, because we're going to have to get our new semi and trailer down here, because we're going to need that to be able to fill up or remove all of the wheat out of the harvester here so we can keep on going. So we'll do that as soon as I get up here to the corner. We'll flip around. There's not a whole lot of room left in here, so it probably will be full before we even get here with that semi and trailer, but that's okay. I really like that semi and trailer. I really do. It's old, very old. It does take a little bit of time to get going, but it's nice. We went ahead and spent the extra money on the bigger engine, so I think it has 150 horsepower in it, which will be really nice for us. We also have to get that tractor back too. I probably, hindsight, I didn't do it, but I probably should have kept the other trailer we had, because we may need, 2 of them. I certainly wouldn't be probably having this out on the field that often, so I probably should have kept it, but maybe eventually we'll get another one. But this should work for now. This shouldn't have any issues. Oh, there's the black car. We got lucky. But see, this is going to go 51 mile per hour. Now, when we were trying to bring anything up to the shop, I mean, the fastest we could go was, I think it was like 30 maybe, if we used the Fiat. And if we had a full load, man, it had a really difficult time getting up the hill. So that John Deere, it barely got up the hill with a full load of wheat, because I remember I said we went and sold some of that as well. I think, if I remember correctly, we got about 27,000, I think, out of the load. So it's pretty hefty amount of money. But this is going to change the way that we're able to sell things for the better. We're going to be able to do this a lot faster. It won't take as much time for me, which means I can, you know, utilize that time to do more things on the farm. Always try to upgrade, gang. Always try to upgrade. So it looks like he is full. So we are going to have to take over and back the harvester up here so we can unload it. The other issue that we had, and you didn't get to see it, but when I did unload the harvester into the trailer, the pipe did not go out far enough. So the pipe itself... Okay, why is this not unloading? What's happening here? Is it because that's for straw or hay or something, and it's not for actual crop? It could be. You might have to go make an edit to this, gang. Alright, let me go make an edit to this really quick. But what I was saying, the pipe itself, it didn't even extend out as far as the header was. So I had to back the trailer in an awkward position. So we would have been able to drive along with the harvester and unload. It would always had to be a situation where you had to wait till it was maxed out, full, stop it, back it up, or back the trailer up into it, whichever way worked best. So the more that I kept doing it, the more unrealistic it became, and that's, you know, something we're trying not to do in this series, is make it super unrealistic. So because of that reason, we decided it's just best to get rid of it. But as soon as I decided that, the error occurred. So of course it did, right? Of course it did. So I don't know why this won't work. Why it won't unload into there? Maybe it's because of that, I don't know. 15,000 really isn't that big of a difference from what we had, but at least it doesn't cost us anything to do it. At least we can go faster with it too, I guess. And I could always buy another one of these trailers. I mean, that's always another option, right? The biggest problem we had with the semi here, though, is there was very few options we could choose from. Most of them had a lot more than 200 horsepower, so it's very, very limited on what we could choose. Whoa! That thing went a little too fast there. Jackknifed. So what we're probably going to do, gang, is we're going to finish harvesting the rest of this field. When we finish this field, and then we finish harvesting the rest of the sorghum that we missed in the end of the last episode, we'll go ahead and bump the time back up then. I feel like that is a fair trade-off. And then we're going to jump in here, pick up all the straw off the ground here so we can put it into the methane plant, because we'll make a lot of methane out of that. It's more than the silage gives you. And we'll probably put the harvester over there on that field. We'll put it on a worker probably. The other things I want to accomplish in this episode, I'm going to get rid of our original sheep pen. I've kind of thought about it a little bit, and I think what we're going to do is we're going to take the area that the sheep are currently in, the smaller sheep pen, I should say, not the open ranged one, the smaller one. We're going to take that area and we're going to make that our chickens. So we're going to put chickens in there. We're going to take some of this wheat to utilize to help feed them, so we won't get rid of all of the wheat. We'll keep some of it in there on purpose, just for them. But that's the goal that I have, the other goal that I have for today. As far as drilling the fields, I would like to do it, but my most important concern, or my biggest thing I want to do now, is get the carrots in. So we've got to get the carrots in. So once we're done with all of this, harvesting this, loading up the hay, the straw off the ground, putting a worker on that field over there to harvest, and once we get the sorghum done over there, all that stuff, once we get all of that done, we will then move into... I didn't put it on a worker, but okay. We'll then move into Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. What happened there? We will then move into putting the carrots down. So anytime we do carrots, there's a couple options we can do. We can either buy this item that drills grooves into the ground where you can actually plant root crops like carrots, or you have to cultivate or plow every single time. Those are your options. I think what we're going to do is continue to either cultivate or buy a plow. There's a plow that Rusty was using that I saw. I downloaded it. I'm not sure if we'll buy it anytime soon, but we have the option to do so. The width is no different than what our current cultivator is now. The difference is it is much faster. What our current cultivator, I think we can go about 7, maybe 6, 7, 8, something like that. The drill, you can go 11. May not seem like a lot, but that is a lot, really. It'll save you a ton of time if you have to ever cultivate or drill a field for, you know, things like that. Now, the carrots themselves, there is, it looks like, from what I can tell, I have to kind of look at it a little more and test it probably, but there is I guess it's not really a harvester, is it? I guess it kind of is. Whatever they call it, that pulls the actual roots out of the ground. There is one that I saw that looks like it has a bucket, which is really what I would want. I want, you know, to be able to hold a little bit of the carrots, and then we can eventually dump that into a trailer. So that's probably the one we'll go with. It is more expensive. I think it's like 100 grand. But we should be able to get there no problem, truly. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything over here. There was a lot of issues. You can see all these awkward shaped ones. It was sliding all over the place. Man, I was having all kinds of issues with it. So I just want to make sure I didn't miss any pieces over here. I didn't. So just this little section here, we'll go and dump this into that trailer, and then we'll get the sorghum done, which there isn't much left there. When all of that's done, we'll bring this back over here, put a worker on it, on that field there, and we'll start picking all this straw up. So I'll be back with you guys at least when we get the worker working on that field. We'll probably do the rest of the harvesting and picking up all the straw in a time lapse here. So see you guys when we're done. Alright, gang, we pulling up here. We're going to drop the straw in. Hopefully it'll let me do it. I don't really know where to go. I haven't had the straw yet. There we go. Perfect. And then we'll go ahead and have to flip that on really quick so we can actually start making all kinds of stuff out of straw. So let's go ahead and do that. Pop that on. Perfect. That's going to make us a nice little profit right there. And we've got a lot more to pick up. So we got the worker up there doing his thing. While that's unloading, I'm going to go ahead and unload the rest of the sorghum here into our silo. Well, I probably have enough time to go and sell it right now, but I don't think we really need to. I think we'll wait until we're done picking up all the straw, because that's too many things to manage at the same time. Okay, you're not going to let me unload it here? Always forget this is a side tipper, that's why I wasn't letting me unload it. Completely forgot about it. Alright, so let's see, what was our total of sorghum? Because we didn't sell any sorghum yet. 52,278 liters of sorghum. That's going to make us a nice pretty penny there, gang. I'm going to go ahead and bring this over here to the other side really quick. Looks like the straw is done unloading, but we'll bring this over here because I have a feeling the harvester will be getting pretty close to being full here, and we're going to need to unload that. But things are going well. I don't know if you guys saw when I was working on the harvest there of the sorghum. Looks like the soybeans are also ready to harvest, so everything's ready to harvest pretty much at the same time right now. Bit of an issue, but it's actually a good issue to have, right? We just have a lot of things that we need to drill. So we're not going to get all of that drilled. There's going to be a lot of weeds and stuff we're going to have to take care of. But that's okay. Maybe I should make this a little bit wider. That's not an easy turn there. I probably should make that a little bit wider. I did do a little bit of editing there. I think you noticed it already. I pulled that out a little bit more, just gives a little bit more room, and tried to make a little bit of an incline, put some rocks there. Just tried to make it a little bit better. I just did some minor things like that. Nothing really that should even really be something you need to worry about, but I just thought it was time to do a little bit of that editing now that we're getting a little bit bigger of a farm here. Yeah, so as soon as he flips around here and starts going the other way, we're going to try to unload on the fly with him, so we'll take a brief stop of doing this to do that. I am missing little portions here and there. We will come back and get all of these. We're going to make sure every bit of straw is off of the ground on this. We need all of it. We are going to plant wheat again pretty quickly. It's probably going to be in that field over there, though, this time. That's really where I wanted to put the wheat at the first time, but I had accidentally started putting canola down already, so we just ran with the canola at that point. All right, let's get this going here. I mean, sometimes you see it, at least in Ohio you do, you see semis out there unloading the harvester into a semi directly. So I guess it's not that unrealistic to have a semi out here. You see it all the time in Ohio. And that's missing a little bit here and there on the back behind where we just came from. It's stopping, you know, too early to turn around or whatever. But we can touch that up. It's not a big deal. All right, that's perfect. It should be able to continue going from there when it's done unloading. I'm expecting a nice payday here at 11 a.m., gang. I went ahead and bumped the time back up to 3 times, as you saw. I feel like we made enough progress that it's probably fair based off the recording issue with the error. Still frustrated about that, man. I've never ever had that happen to me in a farm simulator recording. I've had it happen in other times, other recordings, But this is the first time that's ever happened to me in a farm recording. I don't know what happened. Maybe it was space, because as soon as that happened, I went and checked the space. And the space, I felt like there was enough space on my computer, but I guess maybe there wasn't. Maybe that was part of the problem. So I removed a bunch of videos, and I haven't had an error yet. So hopefully that continues to be the same way. Hopefully we can get another load of straw into there quickly before 11 o'clock hits. I don't know if we will or not, but hopefully we can. And hopefully it'll be able to process a little bit of it so we can make even more money. I'm really expecting a lot, honestly. Given the fact that the straw gives you more methane, and methane is worth a ton of money. The silage doesn't give you that much methane, but the straw really does. So I'm hopeful. Extremely hopeful. We're just going to take a little shortcut through here underneath these trees. Don't want to get in the harvester's way. And I think it's a good thing we left the tractor up there, because we're going to need it to bring back the drill for the carrots anyway. So, and I'm thinking while I'm there, I know it kind of goes against, you know, a little bit of the reason why we have a workshop here, but I may upgrade that John Deere while we're at it. I want a bigger tractor that has smaller amount of horsepower, but we've got to make sure we can afford. Well, let's just go ahead and buy it now. Screw it. Let's buy it now. Let's buy the drill now. That way we know what we have to work with before selling all the sorghum, right? We're going to sell that sorghum today because I think it's the best time to sell sorghum is today. So we're going to sell all of that too. And here's what I was talking about. These are I guess they are cart harvesters. Top lifting harvesters, I guess is what they're called. This is the one I was looking at. So this one looks to me, and I'd have to test it, but it looks to me like it has a ability to hold some in there. I mean, I can almost tell you it does, just based off of the, you know, it's giving you 5.5 M3 right there. So that's the one I want. It's 101,000. It's expensive. It's much more expensive than one of these two right here, which you can pull out of the ground. The nice thing I think on this one is you can pick up 2 rows of carrots at the same time. I don't know what the nice one is on this one. I guess it's just maybe faster. I don't know. But this is the one I want, because I really don't want to have to run with it the entire time, right next to it the entire time. I'd like to do a little bit of it. So we'll go ahead and buy this now. Just knock it out of the way. Leaves us with 49,000 still. Yeah, maybe just expand that just a little bit. It's not that bad. If I actually go at the methane plant the proper way, it gives you enough room, I think, at least currently. So we've got about 49,000 before we sell the John Deere to work with another one. It's really probably not enough to get a bigger tractor at current. So we'll probably need to sell some more of that sorghum before we do that. Which we probably should be selling the sorghum right now. It's probably just constantly dropping right now since it's the best time to sell it. I think it's also the best time to sell wheat. We sold some of it already, like I said, off camera. Unfortunately, it was off camera. But we made just under 30 grand, I think, for that one. They've completed their task, huh? Doesn't seem to me like they completed their task. Seems to me like they are making us lose a little bit of crop here. It's because this tree's in the way. Okay. This is why you always go around the headland, gang. I was trying to save us some time and not go around the headland, but this is why you do it. Because they can't seem to figure it out when you create your own fields. They just have issues with it. They don't seem to know what to do. They freak out. But our harvests have been really good. We're making a lot of well, we haven't made that much money yet, but we're making we're getting a lot of crop out of the field, which will make us a lot of money. All right, we'll throw it on there. Hopefully he's going to start going the whatever way he wants to go. That's fine. We can touch it up later. as we always do. I probably should drop the wheels down, shouldn't I? So I can actually pick up the straw. Dummy. It's getting ready to flip over. Once it flips over, we'll throw another time lapse in here. We'll get every bit of this done. That there. We'll get the carrots down here. We'll probably, honestly, sell a load of the sorghum as well. I don't know where it's going to be best to sell it at. I'll have to take a peek. But we'll probably sell that too. 11 o'clock. Just went up to... Well, I might not have had it on selling, did I? Or maybe I did. We had 48,000, so we made a little bit. Maybe it's not done yet. That might be what it is. It's still trying to process a lot of it. I bet you money that's what it is. Because I was expecting a little bit more than that. I was expecting to be like 65. We only got to 55, so it's probably not done processing all of it. Makes a little more sense. So let's get this done, gang. I'll be back with you guys once we have all of this picked up off the ground and that field's completely harvested. And we've got the rest of that canola unloaded and ready to go sell some sorghum and start planting the carrots. Be with you guys shortly. Alright gang, pulling back up here to the farm, we've got the carrot drill, or the root crop drill in tow. Looks like the harvester's almost done with what it actually can do before it starts getting confused. So, we'll take over very shortly. You did see I went ahead and started drilling the big, massive field we have. I just decided that was the one I was going to drill. We put canola into it. It's close to the bees-ish, so that's what we're going to go with. We're going to go ahead and start drilling now this field with the carrots as well, which means we got to put some seed in here. We'll probably have to fertilize it because there is no fertilizer for it, but we'll see what happens once we put it in there. Like I said, I've never done carrots, so I really don't know what to expect. I'm just kind of going off of how everything else works, but we'll find out once we drill it what else we need to do to it, and we'll start doing that. Really doesn't hold a whole lot of seed, but I expect it not to actually take that much seed either when it's happening. So just to make sure, I think the tractor we have on it should work for it. 70 horsepower. I think our tractor has more than that. Yeah, we're good. So we can leave it on this tractor. We'll go ahead and unfold it. Just make sure we're doing it right here. Yeah, carrots growing. It needs to be fertilized. Yep, so we'll have to fertilize it when we're done here. But it's working. Fantastic. I can't wait to see what kind of profits we get out of carrots. I don't know if it's going to be a ton or if it's going to be very little. I have no clue. Probably carrots are probably pretty useful to put in as, you know, some kind of production, I would assume, right? I mean, I don't know that for sure, but that's just my guess. Bit of an awkward field here, but that's on purpose, so we can do some tests and things like that with carrots and other root crops. I do want to get a seeder soon as well. I want to put some corn in. Probably, maybe not this episode, but probably the next episode when we start drilling that field over there, that awkward field. I'm probably going to put corn in there. At least that's my initial intent. Because we have yet to do that. We've pretty much been doing the same kind of thing. Having these carrots now is going to be super nice. So this isn't taking as long as I expected. It's a very unique look on the field there. This is kind of reminiscent of FS19, the way that they have the drillings being put in there. When everything gets connected up, it'll all look like one nice pretty line, but when you're going across it sideways, it looks a little awkward. I think the harvester's done up there from what I can tell. So what I'll do is I'm going to go around the headland here. We'll go over there and take over for the harvester, put this on a worker. Although I would like to, you know, do the entire drilling of this one since we have yet to do it. We'll let the worker do a little bit of work, and then we'll take over for it eventually once we get the harvester back over here. I don't think I'm going to harvest the soybeans today. I think we'll leave that for the next episode. I think we have enough to do today as it is. We're not going to drill all those fields either, like I said. We'll likely only drill this field and the big field there that we have the worker doing. Because we want to put some chickens down as well before the end of the episode. So we may not get to it, but I'm hoping to. That was my goal, one of my goals at the beginning. We're going to remove that sheep pen up there, that first sheep pen that I have, since we have that new one that holds so much more sheep. We're going to remove that sheep pen, and we're going to place the chickens in place of it. That's my goal, at least. Hopefully it works out how I'm imagining it. Didn't really test it, so I probably should have. But we'll just kind of wing it on the fly and see what happens, I guess. Alright, let the worker do a little bit of that. We'll go ahead and get the harvester wherever it's at. There it is. Come on. Keep hitting the wrong buttons. Alright. Let's get this done. There's a good chunk of it down here. Probably get to, once we get this and get the little sections up there that it was missed, hopefully we'll get to about 50% of the harvester full. I think that'll be a really good yield for us. Alright, finishing up here, gang. I went ahead and grabbed that portion up there. It was less up there than I was expecting, so we will not get to 50%, but it'll be close. Probably 47, 48%. 47. Still pretty good yield, in my opinion. So we'll go ahead and unload this, and then we'll put the harvester away for today. Like I said, we'll keep the soybeans for the next episode for harvesting those. We got a lot of things to do. A lot of things to do in the next few episodes. It's going to mostly just be with what we have. We're not going to really be upgrading to a new plot of land for at least an episode or two. We got to get all these fields drilled. We got to get them all fertilized, all that good stuff. There's a lot of things to do. We have that new field we bought, which we have mowed, but have yet to do anything with. By the time we're ready to do anything with it, it may even be ready to do another mowing of it. Some more free silage out of it. So far, this is good. We've got to get, once we unload that as well, we got to get up and start selling some of that sorghum. That sorghum it's the best time to sell it right now. We don't have any production, like I said, for sorghum, so there's really no reason for us to keep it. Uh-oh. I just knocked that off the edge. Uh-oh. Oh, boy. Well, now we've got issues. Always something, right? Always something. Let's see if we can move this out of the way and potentially it'll let us connect to it. Okay, it's evidently saying it's connected to it. I don't know how. How would that be connected? In what way? Oh boy, now we're really done it. Just jackknife the trailer for a second. There we go. I don't know how that is evidently on, but it says it is. Okay, we'll have to get the forks out and try to fix it. We can do that off camera. I'll just get this back to the farm, at least to the yard, and I can fix it off camera. All right, we got it dropped off. We'll leave it there for right now. I will fix it. I'll fix it. Go ahead and close that up. We don't need that open anymore. We're not doing any harvesting right now. All right. All that's done. We can put this away now. He's almost going to be done doing the carrots by the time we're done moving everything back where it needs to be. But we'll try to take it over here in a second because he's saying he's blocked by that water tank, so. Don't run into it. Don't run into it, see? Alright. Nice job. Good job. I need to upgrade the roller too. The roller is just way too small. We need to get a bigger roller. I'm gonna go ahead and put the roller on the big field right now. Just get it going at least. May not get it done, but we're gonna get it going. Right. At least we got some stuff going there. He's going to need probably more seed and fertilizer. Well, maybe not. He might get it done. I don't know. All right, let's get this done. We can do the rest of this. So we actually do something. Let's get it done. We're getting last pass here. We did miss a few little tiny sections I can see as far as the cultivator goes, I think. It wouldn't let me drill the carrots into that, but it's not too bad. Those are tiny little spots. I'm not even going to worry about them. We can touch that up in the next run. But yeah, looks pretty good, gang. I'm excited for this. We've got to put some fertilizer down, so as soon as we're done with this, we'll pick up the fertilizer spreader, and we'll spread some fertilizer down on it. But other than that, it looks like everything is, it's got everything it needs already, so, which is really good. We'll pull off here for a second. We'll take a look at it and make sure that I'm not lying to you guys. Yeah, just needs fertilizer. That's all it says. So we can fertilize it, and then probably fertilize it again next month, and we'll be in good shape. And obviously the roller is missing a bunch of stuff, and that's alright. We can touch that up later. I'm not as concerned with that currently. Really need to move these fertilizer boxes. They're really in the way. And our barn is starting to get very full here, gang. I mean, we've already been kind of stacking stuff on top of each other, but we're probably going to have to expand here relatively soon. Probably not until we harvest this field again, because that's kind of probably where we're going to expand next, is in the big field. I've mentioned that previously. That's kind of the plan, is just to continue to expand out that way. But we may go into part of the grass field too. Not really sure yet. So this should have enough fertilizer in it. I'm not even going to worry about putting... Oh, that's lime, actually. I'm sorry. I'm not even... I'm a dummy. That's lime. We need to unload it. So this is going to be in the way too. It's not too bad. We can fix that later. At least we're getting rid of some of this out of the way. We'll leave it there at 60%. Any more than that, I'm afraid it's going to be too heavy for this John Deere. So let's get this fertilized. Shouldn't take too long to do. This is a nice wide fertilizer spreader, so this will be done in no time at all. But we've got our carrots grown. I'm very excited about it. Very, very excited indeed. I probably will keep this one as for, you know, carrots or turnips or, you know, whatever it is. Sugar beets, whatever it is. Any kind of root crop, will keep this field as that. Maybe make another one eventually. Possibly that field there. It is a bigger field, but we'll see. We'll see how long the harvesting takes. If the harvesting is as brutal as the potatoes are, which I'm assuming it's going to be, we may keep it to just this one, but that is always a potential, that little one there. If we buy that plot of land there, though, then we'll certainly probably make that a bigger field, and then it will be no longer a possibility for us. But this will just take a few seconds, and we'll be done with this. And once this is done, honestly, what I'm going to do, gang, is I'm going to put a worker on the fertilizer spreading on the big field over there with this. Actually, we don't need to do the fertilizer until the next one, do we? But we might need lime. We might need lime. So, uh-oh, I just drove into that. I hope I didn't ruin it. Oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness. It's not far enough along where it would ruin it. Needs lime. We should have put lime down on there. I thought it was good, so that's why I didn't even check it last time when we drilled that, but oh well. It won't be that big of a drop in our yield. Won't be that bad. But we'll put a worker on if it needs lime over there, doing lime on that. I don't think it does, though, but it might. I guess it could. Alright, let's go check and see if it does need anything or not. Nope, it doesn't need lime. I didn't think it did, so it just needs the rolling, so we can let the workers continue to do that. Not going to harm them. I'm going to go ahead and pick up the rest of the fertilizer into this thing, and then go ahead and place it back here. I'm actually going to put it in front of the carrots because we won't need that again for a while, so we will need this again, so I can place that there and won't harm it. Won't be in the way. Won't have to move it as much. I'm going to put this here for now. So I think what we'll do now, like I mentioned, is we're going to get rid of all of these sheep here and the sheep pen here. I should have it set up pretty good where they're out of food now. Yep, they're out of food. They have plenty of water, but I'm not concerned with the water. Ooh. Yep, I knew he was going to run out. Let's do that real quick, and we'll put him back on his way, and then we can go from there. I'm not going to take the fertilizer out of the spreader we just put. I'm just going to go pick some more out of there because we have plenty of digestate that's over there waiting. Oop, we jumped up to 76,000 in the meantime. Didn't even notice that. So that was from the hay that's been sold. Or the straw, excuse me, not hay. So that's good. That got us to where I was wanting to be. It was more than what I wanted to be. I was hoping for about 20, 25,000. Looks like we got about 30, 35,000. So we'll take that. Flip around here, go hit the seeds. Even though we don't necessarily need the seed right now, I think we have enough in here. Probably could finish the whole field with what's in here, but we might as well just go ahead and fill it up. No reason not to. In my eyes, at least. I did do a little minor modification here, as you can see. I put some more dirt down. I probably should put a little bit more, just for a turnaround. Yeah, I need a little bit more, it looks like. But we probably should take a look at those the items we have there to sell to make sure that it's not the best time to sell them. It may be, but we've got to get some of that sorghum sold first, right? So that's priority number one once we get rid of these sheep. The sheep pen, I should say. Just do this portion for him, and we'll turn around. Alright, worker, you're on your way again, buddy. Alright, so... we need to take this back here, drop this off, sell the sheep, load this up with sorghum, and then go sell it. And make a good chunk of change. We'll probably bring the tractor up there with us as well. I want to upgrade the John Deere to something else. Ideally, a little bit more I think that John Deere have four-wheel drive, but a little bit of a bigger tractor, ideally, that has horsepower, a lot more torque to it, can pull a lot more. That'd be ideal. So when we're unloading this, we'll sell all the sheep out of there, we'll sell the pen, and then we will buy some more sheep for there. We're not going to buy all the sheep that it can hold, that's way too much, but we will... oh, didn't mean to stop the engine. So let's sell these sheep. Alright, so we get a little bit of money out of that. Not a ton, but a little bit. And we can go ahead and sell this. Now, I don't know if we will actually put the chickens down today. I think we're going to, but we'll just have to see how the rest of this episode goes. We've already got a pretty long episode. I say that often. It seems like in this challenge. I love doing it, so I just keep on rolling. Alright, that'll work. We got 20 sheep. It's a little less than what we had, but it is more on this side, and there's plenty of room for them to continue to populate. So we'll go with that. I'm fine with that amount. 20%. Health is at 50%. Why is our health at 50%? What am I missing here? Whoa. Quick save. What are they missing? They shouldn't be. Maybe it's just because they just spawned. It must be because I just bought them and put them in there. That's probably what it is. All right, let's go sell some sorghum. 2965. Yep, we're gonna go sell. I'm not even gonna sell at the market stall. The market stall is almost $200 cheaper, so we're not even gonna do that. What is our canola price at? The canola's better in November, so it's dropping right now. 3429. That's actually not bad either. We'll hold on to it for right now, but that's not bad either. Let's get this up to the cooperative. We'll sell it. We'll see what we get. I'll also bring the tractor up there and hope that we can get something bigger for the tractor. Upgrading that John Deere to something bigger is what I mean. Ideally, we get a bigger roller while we're at it too. We don't need to worry about buying any plots of land because we haven't done anything with that one we bought in the last episode. So, or 2 episodes ago, whatever it was. Forget now. I think it was last episode. No, it was 2 episodes ago, wasn't it? It was 2 episodes ago. Anyway, you get what I mean. I'll be back. I'll see you guys up at the shop once I get this up there and I get the John Deere up there. We'll see what kind of money we're dealing with. Alright, gang, we're pulling back up here. It is struggling to get up here. It really is. I went ahead and put the tractor up here already. I just went ahead and started pulling it. I sent a worker on this partially, and then I took over for the worker. So I think it's only cooperative, right? Yeah, cooperative. So let's go sell the cooperative. It took a while to get up here. It wasn't that much faster than a tractor, honestly. It's heavy. You can only do so much of that massive hill. That hill is huge. So, all right, let's see what we get here, gang. Hoping for a nice payday. I found the tractor I want. It's just a matter of us getting there or not. we need to spray the big field as well with herbicide. I think we're going to make it. 44,000 out of just one load of 15,000 liters. We still have tons back at the farm, so we're going to make a good profit when we keep selling this today. We're selling all the sorghum today. We're going to make a ton of money. We still have 32,000 liters. That's at least, that's 2.5 more trips. Or 2.5 more trailer loads, I should say. So let's go ahead. I just backed this up right here because I didn't want it to be in the way. Because I had a worker in case the worker beat me back up here. I should have fixed this, though. Why didn't I fix it back at our shop? I don't know what I was thinking. That's alright. We'll take the fee. We'll take the fee this time. So we'll get 16,809 out of it. Nice. So the tractor I want is another John Deere. It's this guy right here. The John Deere 7810. 175 horsepower. Nice big chunky tires on it. Manual plus power shift. Tractor Master 24 mile per hour, 7.4 ton. 129 kW, man. This is nice. We can do twin tires on it. Look at this. We can do wide, we can do narrow tires, which would be probably smart for us to have a tractor that has narrow tires in case we get to a point where we can't get the spraying or the fertilizing done on time. But we're gonna I like wide tires, so we're gonna keep wide tires. I'm gonna throw the quickie attachment on it. I know it's more money, but we're going to do it just in case I need to alternate between the Fiat and this one. Now I have the ability to do so. And that was a quickie, right? I better check that. I better check that before I buy that and buy the wrong one. I'm pretty sure it's a quickie. Yes. Okay. So there was this one as well, which has a little bit more horsepower, but I kind of like the other one better. So we're going to go with this one. Even though it's a smaller amount of horsepower, we're going to go with this one. The Michelin's, the wide tires like I like. Front load quickie, change this. No plate, boom. Bye. Perfect. Alright, let's fix this really quick. And the roller, the guy doing the rolling, he's missing a lot there, clearly. But it's okay. Get the rest of this? They did get the rest of this. Nice. I thought he wasn't going to be able to get all that, but he did. He did a good job. So let's go put this back. We'll get the tractor down here. We're going to put the sprayer on the tractor. And, we're running out of room here, gang. We're going to have to put this over here for now. We're going to need it out. We're going to need it out in the next episode anyway, and we're along with the harvester, so we might as well just stick it here for now. I'm going to leave this over here off camera. I will work on trying to fix this header issue, because it's an issue. Alright. We can take this guy back. And ideally, we put a worker to take one of these back, just save us a little bit of time. But let's jump in this first. Let's just take a look at it. It's an awesome tractor, man. I love it. Love it. It's a great addition. Take a look on the inside. Pretty nice. Us Americans, you know, we love our John Deere. Let's get this back. I'll put a worker on one of the two, whichever one it lets me. Sometimes the worker has an issue because this is a custom-made map, and sometimes it has issues on this one. Big issues. Gets confused. But, we'll see. I'm actually gonna go way over here. I know for a fact, as I've done this map previously, it has an issue with this section right here. It's a nice, cool little area, but it goes across the bridge and then tries to turn right and flips itself. It always does that. Always. So I'm going to actually put this one over here on this path, and then I'm going to set it to kind of go to here basically and to stop. That way it doesn't confuse itself, doesn't run into anything, doesn't have an issue where we have to reset it or anything like that. Alright, so let's go to workers, select that, create a job. And start job. And he's going. Okay, good. So we'll get this back. I'll see you guys when we get back to the farm, and we'll decide what we're going to do from there. Okay, so I think I've made my mind up. I think we're going to sell the rest of the sorghum here at our market stall. It really isn't. When you factor out the amount, it's not that big of a change. So I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to sell the rest of the sorghum here. That way we'll save ourselves a little bit of time, or me a little bit of time, because of how long it takes to get up and back from the shop. It'll just be better off, I think. So we're going to do that. Let's get our new tractor here. Worker got it to where I wanted it to without any issue, because I had him go to that side of the road, which is good. We'll put the sprayer on this one, and we'll get the big field sprayed. And when we're done spraying it, and we may not even finish the spraying, we may just let the worker continue off camera. But once we get that going for a while, we get all the sorghum sold, we check everything else as far as the prices go, we'll probably end that episode at that point. We need to roll the portion that the worker missed. It's a big portion, really. It's a huge portion they missed. So we need to do that too. But that can happen later. We are definitely running out of room and need to upgrade that relatively soon. Once we get the header in here, that's really going to take up a ton of room. That header on the current header that we have on our swather takes up a ton of room, so the harvester is going to take up even more. Almost went the wrong way. I forgot we moved our buy point over here. Oh. Let's flip that back on. I had it in a smaller width. Change work width. There we go. I always forget the buttons, man. I'm just bad at memorizing buttons. Played too many games. All the buttons are different. Why can't they all make them all the same exact buttons? Yeah, this can manage this no problem at all. This is easy for this tractor. This is a great upgrade. We'll throw a worker on it, let it do its thing. Let's get some more of this stuff sold. We've got to get that other tractor back with the roller. Ideally, we upgrade the roller too, but we can do that in the next episode. This is good, man. We really are making a lot of progress here. We've got a good working farm here. It's a good, successful farm. Upgrading all kinds of stuff, too. $41 grand. That really wasn't that big of a difference from selling it up there, so yeah, we'll just sell it here, save ourselves some time. I'm going to try to put this on a worker again. I don't think it's going to work, but we're going to attempt it. I'm going to get around the edges here. Let's see what happens. Let's see if they can figure it out. that worker's having an issue, as we would expect. So let's just do this. Let's go around the headland really quick with this, so it doesn't continue to get stuck, and we can put it on our worker from there. All right, let's try this again. I hope that fixed it. I hope it does. The spraying will be done really quickly, which is good, but the rolling is still going to be a bit of an issue we'll have to deal with probably off camera here as we continue on. Looks a little weird not having anything there right now, doesn't it? Look a little bare. We'll fix it. It won't be that way forever. He's not going all the way in again. The fence is kind of, and everything else is causing issues, but it's okay. It's alright. Making good money here, gang. Real good money. Definitely going to be able to upgrade the roller. Definitely. By the time we harvest the soybeans, we're going to be in really good shape. Really coming together now, this farm. Really coming together. A lot of ways to make profit here. A lot of ways. Alright. Put the rest of that sorghum in there and go sell it. Probably get ourselves to 125,000. 130,000 probably. Can't wait for those carrots to germinate. We get all the honey still. We haven't sold a single bit of honey yet. Well, I think we sold one crate just to see what we were going to get that one time. $20 grand, more than what I was expecting. We get to 133,000. All right, we need to touch this up. We'll touch this up, and I think we're actually going to call that episode there. I know I talked about putting the chickens down. I think I'll do that off camera. So the next episode, when we start up the next episode, you'll see some chickens on there in that spot after I'm able to do a little, you know, modifying and making sure that the land's the way I want it to be. So I'll do all of that off camera, and then when we get back in the next episode, you will see chickens. So let me finish this up really quick. When we're done with this, be back with you guys and we'll finish out the episode. Alright, gang, all done. We'll put this away, and I can put that sprayer away here in a minute. And we're going to leave that episode there, gang. I hope you guys enjoyed it. The next episode, at the beginning, you'll get a little bit of a tour of what I've done as far as the chickens go. And we'll see where else we get to from there. Let me know your thoughts and comments down below. If you have any questions or anything like that, I'm happy to get back to you. Subscribe to my other channel if you haven't done so already. And until next time, I will see you all in the next episode.